Good, happy Wednesday morning, September 1st, 2021. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Wednesday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, Governor Chris Sununu not feeling well. Will get tested for COVID-19, his office says. Governor cancels Executive Council meeting for today. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
I just got my cashback match. Is this for real? Yeah. We match all the cashback new card members earn at the end of their first year automatically.
Whoa, I got my money!
Sorry to contain yourself, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Let it go. What?
Get a dollar-for-dollar match at the end of your first year, only from Discover.
We are following some breaking news from the State House. The office of Governor Sununu says he is not feeling well this morning, and out of an abundance of caution, today's Executive Council meeting has been postponed. The office went on to say, although Governor Sununu is fully vaccinated against COVID-19, he immediately began isolating this morning and will get a COVID-19 test soon.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. With hospitalizations rising, healthcare workers leaving industry after alarming rate. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Well, we certainly are seeing a pretty dramatic increase in COVID hospitalizations.
But there is another surge that is worrying healthcare officials right now. Waves of healthcare workers quitting, taking jobs out of the industry and leaving hospitals short-staffed.
After a year of the pandemic, it was just more than they could continue to do. And again, it's why we need to do everything we can to support our healthcare heroes to make sure that they have what they need to continue to rush in to serve their patients.
They are nurses and the workers who change hospital beds, sterilize rooms, behind-the-scenes critical staffers who keep a hospital operating.
Wages have been raised dramatically for the service sector. So folks who work environmental services in the hospitals, a very, very challenging position, can go to Arby's and make a heck of a lot more money.
The latest COVID surge has fewer ICU patients, but hospitalizations now encompass every age group. 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, not just the elderly. State data and hospital officials say north of 90% of all hospitalizations are in unvaccinated people. Breakthrough infections make up 10% of hospitalizations, and there is another group, people with other medical issues who deferred care because of the pandemic and are now really sick.
We certainly thought we were going to see some normalcy return, and in the past 3 months, it has been almost as busy as it was a year ago.
Wait times at emergency departments are exceptionally long right now. Medical officials are asking for the community's help in this by not going to the ED unless it's a true emergency. Consider using urgent care or your primary care provider. Live in studio, Amy Cavino, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. One more granite stater dies of COVID-19 as active cases drop in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Tonight, the state is seeing a slight drop in active COVID-19 infections. Good evening to you. I'm Jean Mackin.
And I'm Mike Cherry. Current cases are back under 2,900, sitting at 2,864. But there are 218 new confirmed cases tonight.
As well as one new death to report. And also current hospitalizations are up again slightly to 121.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Man accused of driving erratically, crashing into barriers with 8-month-old in car. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Well, Mike, tonight the investigation continues, and that driver, who state police say is the child's father, is facing multiple charges, including aggravated DUI and endangering the welfare of a child. Now, take a look at this. This is what the car looked like when it finally stopped at a gas station near the Concord-Bow town line. State police say they received multiple calls just before 7:45 this morning about that car driving erratically northbound on I-93. When troopers arrived, it again struck a Jersey barrier, then spun out 360 degrees. In addition to the child's father, 35-year-old Nathan Rabbit, state police say the child's mother, 32-year-old Cassandra Thomas, was also in the car. She is also charged with child endangerment. Thankfully, the 8-month-old is okay, but was taken to the hospital as a precaution.
The female passenger and baby were both taken to Concord Hospital for precautions. It had the potential to have serious injuries, and not only for the occupants of the vehicle, but other drivers out on the road today.
Well, that baby is now in the custody of family members, and as for the father, police say that he is in custody right now. He is being held on preventative detention at the Merrimack County Jail ahead of his arraignment scheduled for tomorrow, and the investigation does still continue. If you have any information, give state police a call. Reporting live, Monica Hernandez, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. St. Anselm poll. Biden job approval rating falls in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The latest St. Anselm College Survey Center poll shows New Hampshire firmly in favor of the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. Of 1,855 registered New Hampshire voters reached last week, just 9% felt the U.S. should have stayed indefinitely to keep the region stable. 58% agreed it was about time to go, but more time and effort should have been taken to ensure Americans and allies could get to safety. 14% said the U.S. withdrawal was long overdue, and 19% believed the U.S. should have never been in Afghanistan in the first place. Asked, in your view, who bears the most responsibility for the current situation in Afghanistan, 44% said President Joe Biden, 27% said former President George W. Bush, 13% said former President Donald Trump, 4% said former President Barack Obama, and 11% said they were unsure. President Biden's job approval rating is sinking in New Hampshire, just 44% against 55% who disapprove. 62% of those polled say the country is on the wrong track, compared to just 28% who say it's on the right track. 11% say they are unsure.
And a lot of this has to do with Afghanistan. That is the central focus right now of Americans, and it's had a negative effect on the president's numbers.
The poll also shows very little opposition here in New Hampshire to resettling in America the Afghan allies who aided U.S. efforts in Afghanistan over the last 20 years. Asked, in your view, should these potential refugees be allowed to resettle in the United States? 37% of the registered voters polled said every single one of them should come to America. 54% said some should be resettled in the United States, and only 8% said none should be allowed in at all.
We found that pretty amazing, and the fact that people really have shown their hearts to the people in Afghanistan and are willing to accept them here in New Hampshire.
Adam Sexton, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching.